What's poppin', everybody? It's Sabro24, and we're going to show games with dusk necrozma, Magnozma as I like to call it. Forgot to mention that in the video. We're using Magnezone and dusk necrozma for the energy acceleration, get one hit knockouts combo, Raybor, Blastoise style. Anyway, so let's see. Gonna be flipping the Metagross coin, looking good, but unfortunately I get tails as luck would have it, as I always do. And my opponent is probably going to play first. So we get to open with a Magnemite. That's not the greatest thing to open with it, but it's not that surprising because I run 4. But this is the great thing about this Magnemite. With its ability, if I grab another one, which I aim to do, because you always want to have a couple for backup, just in case something happens, we get to retreat for free. So once I get another one and another basic Pokemon, then it means I can retreat. Okay, my opponent used N immediately, so the hand that I have right now doesn't really matter. It wasn't that bad of a hand, I guess. We had Cynthia. But let's see, we get a much better hand maybe. I get the Nest Ball. I know I'm going to be able to instantly grab the Magnemite. And I draw the Magnezone while having the rare candy in hand. So this is really, really good. When you have hand like this, maybe you want to sort of stick it out. Don't use a supporter, because next turn it means you immediately bring out Magnezone, and getting that guy out immediately should be a very big contributing factor to you winning. If you get him out and then you get energy and you get going, I don't think you can lose. Your opponent has to severely lock you, fuck you up for you to lose. So I'm going to use the Ultra Ball just to get a basic Pokemon to retreat the Magnemite. Just to be safe. I mean, we don't need to. We have one on the bench anyway, but I decided, hey, let's just do this. My opponent ends anyway because it seems he likes to end. I'll draw more cards. So not going to do anything yet. Just bring out the Dialga GX here. And next turn we're going to bring out Magnezone if all goes well. And then use Sycamore and start to get going. So my opponent so far has been playing Zoroark, and he evolved into Zoroark GX and attached to water energy. So at first I thought, okay, maybe he's using Glaceon GX. He's using this guy with Glaceon GX. Nothing really groundbreaking. Those guys can work together. But when he grabs Brigitte now with fucking Tapu Lele, and he's gonna grab a bunch of Froakies. So I'm thinking, oh shit, is it gonna be the Greninja from Breakpoint? But no, it's actually going to be the new Greninja from Forbidden Light, the one that acts like the Crobat family in Phantom Forces. He's going to be evolving these guys and putting damage on me. And I suppose that can also work with Zoroark GX. You add on the damage with the fuckers, those fuckers, and then Zoroark can do a lot of damage. I mean, with just a DC, a full bench, and a choice band, it does 150. So, you know, with a little bit of extra damage with the frogs, you knock Stage GX Pokemon out. So it makes sense. Now, once I bring out my Magnezones, I don't really care that much since I brought one out. I should be good. But if he was bringing them out while I'm trying to set them up, that would have been trouble. So some fucked up lag here, unfortunately. But we do get a lot of energies with the Magnezone. Not quite enough for the GX attack. I wish I could get it off and show you guys how awesome it is, but not yet. We're gonna do Shred though, and that's gonna be alright too. I'll soften the dude up. I mean, I could get a one-hit knockout with Dusk necrozma, but since he's over there on the bench, I have to do things kind of slowly. But if I get one more energy next turn, which probably isn't that difficult, we have one in hand. I'm going to use Cynthia. I should be able to get it. Then I'll get a knockout on Zoroark GX and then get to play again. And that's really troublesome for my opponent. So my opponent uses Rescue Stretcher. I'm going to grab a Frogadier from their discard pile. And yeah, this is the dude. He's going to play him down. I get 2 damage counters like a Golbat. He decides to opt to damaging the Alga GX, it seems. He uses Cynthia, and it's actually a good move. If he does like a little bit more, puts the choice band on the fucking Zoroark, I'm gonna die in one hit, And actually should have noticed that. It was a misplay trying to attack with this dude like that, maybe because I'm thinking, oh, well, I probably won't gonna live. I assumed I was gonna live, and that wasn't a very clever thing to make because all he needs is one energy and like another maybe a Frogadier, Choice Band, and it's a knockout. It's not that difficult when you control these cards with Zoroark's ability. But when he put the float stone and retreated, I thought, oh wow, okay, I'm safe. It seems he couldn't get the pieces. Maybe his deck isn't as consistent as he wants it. Maybe he just couldn't get the pieces. Sometimes your deck's consistent, but it just doesn't work out. Never know. But it is important that I managed to live because now I know, okay, I'm going to get the GX attack here. And thankfully we just see it. We see the ladder. That was a close one. So I know I'm going to get 2 energies and I'm able to use the GX attack. You guys are going to see just how broken this attack is. Man, it's just freaking broken, especially when you don't have much shit and it's like you get another free turn basically to help yourself set up, use supporters. It's just perfect. This is even more broken and expanded with things like Lysander and shit, VS Seekers. It's just great, man, great. Timeless GX. We're going to use it now and it is perfect. 150 damage on the Zoroark GX and it is my turn again. I can use Cynthia, I can use the Mount Coronet. If we had energies there, grab them, put them on the Dusk Necrozma. Just perfect, man, perfect. I use the Cynthia just to draw that extra card, and we get a bunch of shit. I have the Guzma. I actually took this guy out. I forgot to mention that. I was going to mention that now when I mentioned Lysander. Guzma is good, of course, but because this deck isn't as consistent as an expanded if we had Computer Search, Trainer's Mail, the VS Seekers and shit, I had to take it out. It was dead so many times in my games. I would just grab it, have it in hand, and you know it can't be something else like Heatran or a random receiver that can just turn into something useful. So I had to take it out. But if you want to run it, hey, it's basically a card that can win you the game to sacrifice for consistency. Alright, so my opponent having some trouble here. He managed to bring out the Greninja and played another Frogadier. He decides to start damaging the Magnozma, but by the time he manages to kill this guy with the frogs, it'll be too late, unless he pulls it in attack. And he is going to get a knockout though on my Dialga GX. I have 60 damage on, so I think he should be able to get the knockout. He needs one more Pokemon. It plays the Espeon down, so yeah, Righteous Beating, 120, and I'm dead. But we do have our energies here. I have the Skyla, and I drew the energy retrieval too, so we don't even need to use the Skyla, honestly. I could have used a Skyla to grab the Mount Coronet or energy retrieval, but in this case I think we're just going to grab a candy, maybe bring out another Magnezma. Why not, just in case shit happens. I do have my energy retrieval and energies in hand too. Probably wasn't the greatest idea because now after I use this attack, if I don't get energy, I'm not going to have energy. So yeah, I always make this sort of half-assed, not really thought out moves. But I mean, we are going to grab 2 cards from the prizes too. It's not far-fetched that we see something. But oh well, I decided to evolve into another Magnezone, and we get that extra defense this way. So attach 3 energies on the Dusk Necrozma GX, and I don't even need all the damage, honestly. Another thing that I should have done, I should have probably used the regular Solgaleo, just the Solgaleo. Man, these guys, I get confused with them. They're basically the same Pokemon, but it's supposed to be Necrozma. Anyway, yeah, probably should have used Solgaleo, but maybe then that guy was going to get stuck. Maybe. We do have the Guzma. But either way, I get the knockout, 220 damage, even without add-ons, and a full health, knocks the dude out. Get 2 prizes, and I get an energy retrieval and an energy, so see, it worked out. And my opponent's going to bring out Espeon EX, and he's going to try to devolve my dudes. And it's not a bad strategy, actually, since I don't have rare candies. once you use a couple of those or discard a couple of those, a well-timed devolution shit like this from Espeon can screw you up. We do have Magneton, but that's slow. I'm not going to be able to bring my Magnezma out quickly. And you need Magnezone, of course, in this deck to attack. With these big attacks that discard energy too, you need your energy acceleration Pokemon. So my opponent uses Sycamore here, discards a lot of shit, but I'm guessing he's digging for the frogs and shit. And Miraculous Shine is gonna devolve our Magnezones, and I can't really bring him out this turn. So all I can do is just slowly attach shit. But we do have the Guzma, and I have to admit it worked out in this case. But like I've said, I had to take it out. It's just, it doesn't work for my deck. I want to make it as consistent as possible. I've had way too many games when it's just dead. So what we're going to do here is we use the Guzma, and I bring out the regular Solgaleo. Going to attach a metal energy here on it, and then set up my dude that way with his attack. So no matter what my opponent does, if he promotes a Pokemon that gives 2 prizes, it dies. And as you guys notice, I pulled the Greninja GX because I know there's a good chance that thing is going to get stuck there. It can't really attack, his attacks aren't that great. My opponent needs a couple of energies for it to work. And fucking lag, man. Damn it. And the best thing is that it has a 2 retreat cost, so it's likely going to get stuck there. So all I gotta do is just use Radiant Star, and then next turn Necrozma is going to come for the final kill. No matter what my opponent does, it's just kind of screwed. I just managed to get a pretty good lead. We're going to have a bunch of energies on Solgaleo and Dusk Necrozma. And even without Magnezone, I basically have game. Both of them are going to be ready. I can bring out Magnezone next turn anyway. I've got the energy retrievals, got the energies. Even with N, it probably isn't enough. My opponent needs just so many things to get back in the game, if he can even do that. So, yeah, my opponent at this point, he is going to scoop. So, victory for me. So, that's the first game, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends. Zoroark 94, what's up?